what happened is I want to fill out a whole bunch of notices and drop them off to the court. But like I said, thank God I could do everything certified mail now. The clerk lady said I don't have to come down there anymore. So I was trying to avoid that at all costs coming down there. So there would be no confrontation between me and them. That way I could do everything in paper. And I'm pretty sure, man, especially, like I said, the governor, he's one of them, one of the wrongdoers. I'm sure he doesn't want to make a personal appearance. I'm sure he wants to try to do everything in paper as well. I'm sure he doesn't want to actually, paper say, hey, man, the governor's coming down. And, hey, he's coming down. So, I'm sure he wants to try to do everything in paper as well. But I could just go on the court clerk's website on the county out here, fill out their form, and put 3 more defendants on there. It's so funny. I'm going to put the attorneys who are acting on social services' behalf, because they're moving. To me, they're the ones that are actually moving the court, is the attorneys. It's not social services moving the court, but social services is just a name on a piece of paper. The attorneys actually have to be the ones who physically are moving the court. So since the attorneys are the ones who are actually physically moving the courts on behalf of social services, I'm going after them man to man. So my mom said there's 2 attorneys who are working for social services. So I'm going to put their names down. And they say, hey, you have the opportunity to return that which is mine. If you choose to keep that which is mine, that's fine. If you know where my property lies and you wish to keep it where it lies, and you don't wish to give it back or help give it back, that's fine. Keep it. And I'll put you on the bill too. So it's like, I'm going to write to the court clerk lady a nice notice. And I'm going to say, yeah, I noticed that you put it down as a complaint and you put me down as a plaintiff. You do understand there's a difference between a claim, a complaint, and a plaintiff and a claimant. I said, if you don't, I said, I'm going to require you to restore it back to a claim. But if you do know the difference, then disregard this letter. She says, yes, I totally understand the difference between a claim and a complaint. Yes, I do understand all this. Yes, I understand. What kind of court you got going. Yes, I understand your court's coming into this public courthouse. Yes, I understand all that. I said, okay. But she just might have a basic standardized form she uses, and she just might feel comfortable filling it out the normal way. But once you occupy that courtroom, then the game is on. And like I said, it's funny. That's what's good about Virginia. They have something called Recipe Day, so that both sides could sit down before the trial in the judge's chambers and explain how we're going to proceed. The judge could say to me, hey, you know what? I see that you're revoking the court of record, and I see that you wish me to act as a magistrate, and you want me to be independent of the tribunal. And I understand that you want to move this by trial by jury, and you don't want attorneys present. Yeah, how do you figure that you're going to do that? Or how do you wish to do it? And I was explaining to them. And then the other side could ask me questions. They could say, well, what happens if we want to bring an attorney? Well, good question. You can't, And they say, what's this? What do you call them property? I call them property. I call them scooter pie. I call them cupcake. I call them sunshine. I call them rainbow. I call them one of those. Don't worry what I call them. It's mine. It's not yours. Just give it back. I can call them leprechaun. Just give it back. Don't worry what I call them. It was funny. My mom called up. I said, Mom, find the name of that judge for me, okay? And I said, I'm going to write her a nice letter. So she calls up. And they said the name of the judge is Judge Jones. And my mom said, okay, great. There might be more than one Jones or Smith on planet Earth. Can you be a little more specific? And they were like, no. She goes by Judge Jones. So I called up, my mom called me and said, hey, no, they just said the name is Judge Jones. They won't give me any more information. I said, oh, get ridiculous. I said, well, judges are like a matter of public record. They're public servants. Their full names, date of birth, salaries, and everything are usually right there online for you to pull down if you want to. So I went online. Her name is Linda. So I said to my mom, I said, I'm going to just write a loaded letter. Like, dear Linda, greetings. I believe that you and your friends have had these little quasi-hearings and these little quasi-meetings and have had these little quasi-domestic family court proceedings. And I hope you enjoyed your little quasi-affairs. But fun being fun. I have to require you that you return to me that which is mine, or keep it and compensate. Do as you wish. So I figured that'd be a fun little letter. Just say, fun's fun. That's actually what I'm write. Fun's fun, but, in all reality, you got to give me back that which is mine. You got to return to I that which is mine, or I'll compensate. I'm going to say, these folks chose not to return that which is mine, and now I've set a court. I'm going to have them summoned to appear, explain why they should not compensate for the failure to return to me with that which is mine. So, do what you wish. And I'm going to write a little simple thing. My phone number is 540-245-0318. If I don't hear from you, by 5 o'clock this afternoon. I'll submit to you to appear in open court. Have a nice day. And just make it something that's simple. Nothing too amazing. So that's the suit. Saying I've got a notice of claim that you have got that which, and I want to require you to compensate or return any that which is. Oh, it's gonna be funny, man, when they read a letter like that. I said, and all good fun, fun being fun, Now, I want to require you as well to return that. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun to see how these people react to this. I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out case law precedent that they're going to use, like Bob versus Jones, 1967. Where the Supreme Court ruled what? Supreme Court ruled what? Go ahead, lady, tell me. What did the Supreme Court rule in 1967 in Bob versus Jones? Go ahead, tell me. And what does that have to do with Karl Lentz versus you, lady? Is my name Bob? No. Is your name Jones? No. Well, again, what? What does that have to do with my property? What does that have to do with two little girls? I'm calling you out man to man. Was this man refusing to give back another man his child? I don't think so, because that'd be fucking cold kidnapping. No, I don't think any man was defending himself why he's allowed to keep another man's kid. And like I said, when I did that first lawsuit in Alabama back in 2003, they compared my case. It was like Texas versus Louis' Pawn Shop. It's like they're comparing what I'm claiming, or they called it a complaint back then. It's still a complaint. The Texas versus Louis' Pawn Shop. It's like pornoforium, whatever. It's like, what? So I actually Googled what Texas versus, Bob's pornoforium was. And the guy, Bob, said that that's his property, is a pawn shop, a porno shop. And that Bob's got the right to increase business and flow of his business by opening up a brothel there as well. So the state of Texas said, no, regardless that it's your property, we can still regulate and control you. So Alabama actually compared me with my kids to a porno bookstore, saying that the state has the right to control the man's property. And I'm like, yeah, but that man, obtained a license to exist. I didn't obtain a license to exist, and I actually wrote back to the court. I said, this is the most ridiculous, case law precedent that they're using to move their answer to the court. All these have to do with the state controlling fictional corporate entity. What does that have to do with me and that which is mine, my children, my property? That's not the type of property I'm talking about. It was funny. Now they were using, but like I said, thank God, for some reason, it was just something that popped up in one of their precedents that I said, wait a second. Are they comparing me and my children to Texas, saying they could regulate and control a porno shop? I think they are. And I say, oh my God, they are. This is fucking ridiculous now. I said, we're talking about human beings here. We're talking about children. We're talking about a man, a woman. They've got to be kidding. That this is a stretch. Okay, you can talk to Paul for a second, man. I gotta hang up for 2 seconds, man.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Gus. We got a couple of trains of thought going on down here on what I'm going through, and one is to be ready for the man when he comes to take me to the courthouse to face the man in the black robes, just to do what is, usual. But the other one is I've typed this little notice up. Karl had mentioned that we need to explore the possibility of typing a notice up to take with me to hand to the man in the black robes, because the court clerk and the chief judge tried to adjudicate on my claim that's at that same venue. And they've actually killed the claim in their system without, we wrote the letter on asking on whose authority, on what authority, not whose, on what authority. They actually killed it in the system. Well, the thought process is that if they've already adjudicated on a claim without authority, by what means am I going to get a fair hearing or fair anything else at that same venue? The judge would have to recuse himself, is the way I'm seeing it.
The judge has nothing to do with your claim. That's all about the clerk. It might not even be the clerk of the court. It might just be a court clerk. just somebody who works there who just didn't label it properly. You just write them a letter and say, hey, I noticed, you filed my claim in the complaint category on your website. Just giving you a heads up that it's actually a claim, and I require it to be properly labeled so the jury doesn't get confused. And kind regards, and that's it.
Well, we wrote back in. It's been about 4 weeks. Haven't heard back from either one of them. Wrote both to the judge and to the clerk.
Whenever you write letters, 10, 11 days later, if you haven't heard back, you repeat the same thing. You just keep doing it, keep changing the words up a little bit, and keep doing it by hand. Make sure it's handwritten. But if you send somebody a letter and they don't respond to you, you write them back 10 days later. Hey, Bob, I sent you a letter 10 days ago. On the 13th or whatever the date was. Here's a copy of it, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. That's letter number 2. Letter number 3 is Bob, I hope you're okay. Hope nothing happened to you. I sent you a letter. I've sent you a couple of letters. Here's a copy of both of them. I'm going to get in touch with your supervisor in case you died or something. But you keep writing. You don't just stop. You don't wait for them.